All right. Good morning. Hopefully this all flows smoothly. I moved my computer last night, so it looks like all the settings might be different, but we're gonna go ahead and roll with it. Welcome. I'm so grateful to be here with you this morning. I'm just taking this time to center. For me, it was a pretty profound weekend and solstice. Been doing a lot of work, moving through a lot of things, and I know a lot of people out there have just kind of an opportunity to set down some of our burdens, an opportunity to release the things that no longer serve us, and to honor those things that we have lost, those things we may have been grieving from this last year, and really closing the doors to be able to rebirth something new, to be able to invite in more of what we desire in this coming year. Being able to strongly and authentically say no to those things that just don't serve us, that just aren't in our highest. So grateful. Inhaling that gratitude, exhaling love. A few more deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe we take these few in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently allowing your eyes to open on an inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing into a nice straight back here, allowing the crown of your head to remain in alignment with your spine. Maybe crawling those fingers forward, finding some opening in our back body, maybe in the back of the hips. Go ahead and begin to walk those hands over to the right, kind of twisting from the rib cage and then folding over that right leg. Maybe you walk those left fingertips forward just a little bit more. And on your next inhale, beginning to walk through center. Exhale, over to the left. And inhale, back through center, pressing up. Go ahead and make your way onto your hands and knees. Stacking the wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, crown and tailbone up. Exhale, press back into cat, arching the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Beginning to wake up the spine. Few more deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead now and tuck those back toes under, spreading those fingers, pressing your hips up and back, down dog. We're only going to take a couple breaths here. Pedaling out the feet just a couple times, opening up the back of the legs. And stepping that right foot towards center, inhaling the left foot up. Exhale, bending the knee and stepping it through. Go ahead and swivel that back heel to the mat. And inhale up, warrior one, facing that front bent leg. We're gonna tuck the belly button up and in. If you need to take a little step out off the tight rope, feel free to do that. Really working on squaring those hips off to the front of the mat. And we're going to use these standing poses as our core today. So really tucking that tail button, drawing that belly, or tucking that tailbone, yep. Drawing that belly button up and in. Extending through your fingertips, nice tall crown. Pressing strongly in both feet. Drawing those thighs together. Just a few more breaths here. We're going to take a nice, slow standing sequence, the dancing warrior. On your next inhale, opening those back toes out to the side, opening your arms, continuing to draw this knee out. Maybe peek down, see if you can see your first two toes before gazing out over those fingertips. Keep broadening across the hips as you tuck that belly button up and in. Finding your breath here. Pressing through that outside edge of that back foot and all four corners of the front foot. Go ahead and bringing that back hand to the back leg. Inhale, top arm up, extended warrior. Opening that armpit, rolling that pinky finger back towards the back side of the room. So rolling here, gazing up and under that arm. Feeling a nice stretch through the side body, continuing to activate that core. Inhale, arms back out, and then exhale, Bringing your elbow to your knee, extending that top arm up parallel to the ear. Maybe you roll the shoulders open a little bit and gaze up. Beautiful work, finding that breath here. I know we're holding these poses for a while. We're almost through the dancing warrior. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Exhale, framing that front foot, peeling that back heel off the mat, and stepping back into down dog. I feel like I might have said left foot, but I did my right. Either way, inhaling the opposite leg up. Exhale, stepping through. Bringing that back heel to the mat. Inhaling up into warrior one. Breathing here. Squaring those hips off to the front of the mat. Tugging that belly button. Pressing out through the back side of that back foot. All four corners of the front. Maybe you deepen the bend in your knee, just as long as that knee is not coming forward over the ankle. Continuing to drop that tailbone down. Inhaling, opening those back toes to the side, arms open up, warrior two. Beautiful job finding that breath here, feeling light in the upper body. Shoulders drop down away from the ears, reaching through the fingertips. Maybe you gaze out over those front fingertips. On your next inhale, opening that palm up, back hand comes to the back leg, stretching through that side body, breathing into that front leg. I know we're holding it a long time. You're doing so good. Continue connecting with that breath. Inhale back, warrior two, and down to extended side angle. Top arm comes up alongside the ear, reaching out to the corner of the room. Still pressing strongly out through that back leg. Tucking that core, really holding your top body from your midline here. So you're not really resting on your leg. The elbows just set there. Inhale up, exhale, down, swivel, step back, down dog. Go ahead, bring those big toes right together, knees wide, press back, child's pose. Reconnecting with the breath here. Maybe you gently press into the hands, drawing those hips further, really releasing in the lower back. a nice inhale, coming forward all the way onto your belly. Go ahead and bring your hands back to your sides, palms facing the mat, down by your hips. Maybe your chin comes to the mat. We're going to inhale, bringing both feet off the mat, squeezing through the back body, lifting the chest up. Maybe gently pressing through the hands, breathing here. Continuing to squeeze those legs towards one another as the heels lift up. And exhale, release back to the mat. The next one, go ahead and take your hands, if this is available to you, behind your back. Otherwise, you can take the same version again. If you can, interlace your fingers and draw your knuckles down towards your feet. Bring your chin back to the mat. On an inhale, we're going to lift the feet and chest up, drawing those fists back. Just a few breaths here, Sarvangasana. You may notice it's a little harder to breathe as your belly presses against the mat. Just really feel your lungs expanding here. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. You can release the hands, maybe making a pillow. As you're ready, go ahead and make your way onto your back. Yep, sorry that camera's going to be like that today until I reset the settings. So bringing your feet as close as you can to your body. And gazing up at the ceiling, we're going to set up for bridge. So feet about hips distance apart. And as we come up into bridge, to really activate the core, we're going to squeeze our glutes, draw our thighs in towards one another as if we were squeezing a block. Really draw that belly button up and in. And kind of with all that already activated, go ahead and begin rolling your hips up off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Once you get a little bit off the ground, you might roll those shoulders under, pressing the backs of the hands into the mat, opening the chest, continuing to press through those feet, thighs together, squeezing towards one another. Glutes remain highly activated. A few more breaths here. Gently removing the shoulders and rolling down, one vertebra at a time. As you come to the mat, go ahead and lift those feet off the mat, grabbing behind the thighs. You're going to roll up to seated. We haven't done Navasana in a while, so we're going to go ahead and take boat pose. So go ahead and find that nice solid point where your sit bones are feeling really attached to the mat. From that space, just leaning back a little bit, drawing the chest up and forward and lifting your feet off the mat. And you might just stay here today with your thighs and shins at a 90-degree angle. Maybe you release the hands, continuing to draw that chest up, breathing here. Maybe you just take a couple more breaths here. Maybe you work towards straightening the legs.
grabbing back behind the legs, releasing the feet to the mat. Maybe you grab the front of the shins and kind of roll the spine back, tucking the chin in. We're going to take that just one more time for a few breaths. Inhale. Feet up off the mat. Chest forward. Maybe you release the arms. Maybe you don't. Maybe you begin to straighten the legs. Maybe you don't. Grabbing behind the legs, releasing. Go ahead and begin to roll back to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Taking that left ankle, crossing it over the right knee. Go ahead and lift the legs up, grabbing behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Upasana or figure four. Flexing that top foot. Gently releasing that top foot back to the mat. Switching the cross of the legs. Inhale. Leg up, grabbing behind the thigh, flexing that top foot. You can flex or relax the bottom foot. Up to you. I keep them both flexed just to make sure I don't forget to flex that top foot. That'll protect your knee joint. If you can bring your shoulders all the way back to the mat, maybe you grab the shin, just finding a place, that sweet spot where you can get a real nice stretch at the back of your hip there. Breathing, taking a moment here to really allow some opening. And go ahead and release, gently returning your feet to the mat. I'd like to take a really quick, no, we're running out of time. No inversion today, but we'll take a nice spinal twist before Shavasana. Let's go ahead and recross that left ankle over the right, dropping both knees over to the right. Maybe that left arm comes out to the left. Maybe you gaze over that left shoulder if there's no tweaking in the neck. Inhale up through center, switching the cross, and dropping both knees over to the left. Maybe you gaze out over that right shoulder if that feels good and is available to you. Inhale up through center, drawing those feet out long, opening your arms out to the side, just coming down into final resting position, Shavasana. As we take a few moments in Shavasana, I invite you to look for the things that you can be grateful for this year. What worked? Even the little things. What can you be grateful for today? Even if it's just the air in your lungs. Can we come back to a feeling of gratitude? Your next inhale, go ahead and begin to bring the soles of your feet to the mat. And taking your time to make your way onto your side for fetal position. And from fetal, beginning to press back up into seated. And as we come together in seated position, if you're joining for the December challenge, today's word is gratitude. And as we enter a new solar cycle, coming into a new calendar year, just taking a moment throughout the day to reflect on what we can be grateful for. And I am so grateful to you for joining me in practice, for showing up for yourself. Namaste.